Good evening. Tonight, from coast to coast and around the world, we gather together in this digital space to celebrate you, the School of the Art Institute of Chicago's class of 2021 in these commencement exercises. The global health crisis demands we avoid large public gatherings. Nevertheless, we still come together in this space which technology approximates for us, bringing a genuine sense of occasion. As in every year, commencement is a rite of passage of great significance to you, to your faculty, staff, and classmates, and to everyone who believes in you, supports you, and honors your achievement. But this year, the threshold you stand upon is especially pronounced. Over the past year and counting, the pivotal events of the pandemic have reminded us how interwoven all aspects of our shared society are. That includes the practices you honed in the classroom, studios, and galleries of SAIC. We feel this truism more palpably than ever. Art and design thrive within the context of the cultures we live, the politics we negotiate, the challenges we face, and the society we build together. When we learn about art and design, we learn to see our world anew. At art school, we have our ingrained beliefs challenged, expanding our tolerance for ambiguity, unlearn our prejudices, always bending towards justice, and awaken new insights, proving our resilience. To learn how to be a maker and scholar of art and design is to learn to become a citizen artist. Being a citizen artist is about your awareness of the interconnectedness of all people, no matter what passport they possess. It means you realize that your work, your pictures and performances, your ceramic vessels and robotic automatons, your typography and your scale models, your teaching philosophy and therapeutic method, the very stuff you make is not made in a vacuum. Your work has resonance in this world, and it has the power to shape our imagination and catalyze our will to help one another. You will bring the same creativity and resilience you practice in school to the challenges we face in the world. And the contributions you make will be inspiring, provocative, and life-affirming. Along the way, you will find fellow travelers, mentors, and peers alike, some of whom you will hear from during this online presentation. In addition to those you'll see represented on the screen, there are other individuals who are integral to this ceremony. They may be beside you on the couch, or in another teleconference window on your computer screen, or calling or texting you from far away. These individuals might be parents or guardians, siblings or relatives, a friend or partner, or somebody who helped you reach SAIC. These supporters knew you before your faculty and classmates did. They likely sacrificed to help you along your way. They loved you before you came to college, and they are ready to embrace the citizen artists you have become. Join me in picturing them all together as if they were with you, an audience to your commencement. Put the imaginative powers, which I know you possess, to work, and see them wherever you are, alongside you, your most cherished faculty members, the staff member you relied on the most, your closest classmates, most admired alums, and most loving family members. Let your mind's eye expand and add to this host of your supporters who aren't just physically distant, but who are no longer with us. Let them congregate in your heart so that they can be, in a sense, close. Feel this image. This sensation is your rite of passage. Commencement is a distinct and consequential moment because it is the occasion for your community, faculty, classmates, alums, families, and friends, telling you that even online, we recognize your achievements, we applaud you, we celebrate you. Congratulations.
This past year marked a before and an after. Before, we were together in one city, walking the same streets, riding the same elevators, making and learning in familiar classrooms and studios. You went to exhibition openings with your friends, wandered through the museum, and went to artist talks and studio visits. When the world changed, you were thrust into life unknown. News outlets repeated similar refrains: unprecedented, unexpected, uncertain. Everyday routines and interactions became new. You physically isolated to keep others safe and spent more time alone than ever before. You were concerned about your loved ones while also trying to take care of yourself. And though we found ourselves spread around the globe in small towns and big cities and everywhere in between, we adapted together. You socially distanced, but you stayed connected. You masked up, but you didn't hide yourself. The world locked down, but you opened up. You leaned on your community, and you fought for our community, for justice and for change. You kept showing up and doing the work. As global citizens, as artists, designers, and thinkers, you challenged assumptions and worked to help shape the world as it could be. Because time didn't stop, and neither did you. You continued to learn and create. You found new ways to collaborate, communicate, and make. You uncovered new meaning in your work. It wasn't easy, but you persevered and gave us hope. And though you'll face other challenges ahead, this year proved you're unstoppable. We can't wait to see what you do next.
Each year, during this rite of passage, we pay tribute to those truly exceptional student leaders who have dedicated themselves to building community at the school and whose overall contributions are recognized and appreciated by their fellow students. Before I begin, however, I offer an enormous thanks to Dean Patrick Spence and the many faculty, staff, and students who have contributed to the success of this commencement. And now I share with you the names of those students who received honorable mention. Each of these students, whose names are also listed on our website, are each key contributors to the sense of belonging we have built at SAIC. Congratulations, one and all. And now for the recipients of the Student Leadership Award. Although these students have distinguished themselves in very unique ways, they share one remarkable quality: a sustained relationship over time with the school as opinion leaders and student advocates. Now more than ever, we celebrate them for their spirit and their humility and compassion. They remind us that SAIC will always be our home, that we will always be there for each other, and that because of all of you, we'll get through this together. Our Student Leadership Award recipients are Song Bae An, Sydney Anderson, Carol Amanda Bedoy de la Riva, Jada Jenai Bennett, Noelle Bareksa, Anavi Bushan Nugiao, Blair Brown, Gayon Liz Che, Lane Chen, Bona Chun, Adina Kostin, Giovanna Zero Markovich, Elisa Tiffany Drakes, Aiden Nadia Ann Frierson, Eli Gilbert, Jenny Huang, Jin Charlie Kang, Lysandra Kern, Barbie Kung Lim Kim, Landini Kothari, Lori K. Leslie, Jake Lynn, Lydia Madrid, Tao Mao, Lindsay McIntyre, Raven Moe, Dara Aramis, Fernanda Pacheco Olquin, Ben Kim Papelham, Clayton Phillips, Letitia Marie Pratt, Meha Ray, Ashara Simone Nicole Renfro, Ariana Lilit Rubin, Francisca Rudolph, Amanda A. Sanabria, Seth Sexton, Rain Shanks, Savarish Singh, Leo Smith, Federica Sol, Ishani Singhal, Johanna Tesfaye, Jasmine Veronica Whitmore, Larson Ivan Zambrano, Nicholas Cepeda, and Jose Zoe.
To the class of 2021 from the Department of Contemporary Practices, we wish you all.
For your future, I wish you
Congratulations, everyone.
Dear class of 2021, I wish you support and resilience.
I wish you congratulations on your extraordinary accomplishments in these most extraordinary times. I am privileged to have had the opportunity to know and work with you.
As your individual and collective stories at SAIC conclude, I wish you every success for all that lays ahead.
May be surrounded by people in your life who believe in you unflaggingly, who mentor you, who believe in all your unique gifts and everything that you can and will offer to the world, who maintain interest and curiosity in all that you create, and who champion you to others.
I wish you the courage to fight for social justice in this world, to make it a better place. In the words of the late John Lewis, when you see something that's not right, not fair, not just, you have to speak up. You have to say something. You have to do something.
大家好，恭贺各位同學圓滿畢業，祝你們前程錦繡。恭賀各位同學圓滿畢業，祝你哋前程錦繡。I will miss you dearly, and I'm sending love to you all.
I am delighted to be here with you to celebrate this very special moment and to wish you much courage and much strength as you pursue your adventure.
Dear class of 2021, I ask you today to keep making, keep creating, keep responding, for we at the School of the Art Institute are so proud of you all. Your next chapter begins, and always, with your hearts, keep making your work.
So use your talents to create new spaces, a new way of being. Imagine the unimaginable.
Believe in yourself and your gifts and your unique view, no matter what life throws at you. Keep going. This world needs you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sarvarish.
I'm Jada.
I'm Manavi.
I'm Shreya.
Together, we make up SAIC student government, and we work to represent the SAIC student body. One of the privileges we have is to choose the Faculty of the Year award winners each year.
The Faculty of the Year awards are given to both a full-time and a part-time faculty member. It is a student-nominated opportunity that recognizes faculty members who have made outstanding contributions to SAIC and to the overall student experience. Given the special circumstances of the pandemic and virtual learning, our faculty have been extremely accommodating. We have heard countless stories of faculty going above and beyond to help their students not only succeed, but thrive during the pandemic. It is teachers that most shape the student experience at SAIC, and we are here to commemorate all their hard work.
We'll begin by introducing the recipient of the Full-Time Faculty of the Year award, Jenny Lee. The submissions on your behalf were glowing, and you were described as a formidable leader and advocate for your students. Amongst many compliments, this particular description stood out. Professor Lee continues to instill confidence and inspiration into her students where the unimaginable becomes achievable. Your students express that you created an enriching and engaging learning experience. And on behalf of student government and the student body, I'd like to congratulate Jenny Lee for receiving this year's Full-Time Faculty of the Year award.
Thank you so much, all. I want to extend a huge thanks to student government, to Shreya, Jada, Savarish, and Anavi, and to the student nominators, of course. And I'm so honored to be granted this award in 2021. And I just want to say that I think, like my fellow educators here at the school, we try really hard, to keep up strong appearances, to keep up that brave face. But of course, we're not always feeling that brave. Like you, we struggle. We have our struggles, as diverse as these struggles may be. And I know I'm not just speaking for myself when I say that you all are what make it possible for us to keep going as teachers, as scholars, as artists, as human beings, and not least as devoted souls, as souls with devotion in our hearts. So thank you.
So up next, we have the recipient of the Part-Time Faculty of the Year Award, Tatsu Aoki. Much like with Jenny, the submissions on your behalf were brilliant. Your students described you to be a force of nature during the pandemic, making sure that your students continued to have access to resources and equipment through these tumultuous times. We were blown away by your commitment to encourage inter-peer learning and bring together your students to be peer mentors for one another. Thank you so much, Tatsu, for all your work. On behalf of student government and the student body, I'd like to congratulate Tatsu Aoki for receiving this year's Part-Time Faculty of the Year Award.
Thank you very much. First of all, congratulations to the class of 2021. And once again, what a surprise. Thank you very much to be recognized this way. And my telephone rings, so we have to do this again. I'm sorry. My cell phone just rings, so I am
so funny. That's so
about
funny.
that. It's an honor to be part of this wonderful awards. I always thought that teaching is one of the best way to learn, and I've been advancing myself by teaching and sharing what I know, and also consistently inspired by you guys. All your students. And, my long-standing relationship with SAIC and my department, Film, Video, New Media, and Animation, and you all, the students, have always been, and I'm sure continue to be, a profound privilege for me. And I'm going to be teaching as long as I can. And let me say that I'm very proud of the honor of one of the oldest faculty ID. Here it is, look. It's 0001093. And thank you and congratulations.
And now we turn to the awarding of our honorary doctorates. This year, the School of the Art Institute of Chicago is proud to present honorary degrees to SAIC alum Trevor Paglin, Senga Nengudi, and commencement speaker Howardina Pindell. Each of our honorary doctorate recipients this year has made remarkable contributions to the world of art, design, and scholarship. Their work is in keeping with the values of our institution, and we are deeply honored that they have accepted our invitation to receive these awards in recognition of their importance to our campus community, the history of art and design, and our shared society. As is our tradition, each recipient will be introduced by a member of the SAIC community, followed by reflection from each recipient, culminating in the commencement address.
Honestly, I found this introduction very hard to write because there's just so much to say about Trevor Paglin. Ideally, it would be told in a long conversation because in a conversation, we could pursue some of the seductive tangents and wicked questions that his work provokes. Of course, I should tell you that he's received numerous awards, including that ultimate of awards for hardworking creative people, a MacArthur Fellowship. I could also tell you that he's a documentary photographer and that the things he documents are invisible and in some cases don't even exist. I'm talking about the arcana of the military-industrial complex. Trevor opens the door to a twilight world of classified information and cultures of secrecy. I could tell you that he had a mid-career survey at the Smithsonian American Art Museum, and that he has even spoken about his work to the World Economic Forum. I could tell you that it's not only about the revelation of a planet of sensors and secrets, but it's also the inventive and courageous methods he devises to document these things. It's also the very original and sophisticated aesthetic he has produced in the process. In all his work, he is a teacher, enabling us to see a more complete picture of our complex historical moment. Trevor is a truly interdisciplinary artist. In fact, he has a PhD in geography from the University of California, Berkeley, and he has collaborated with literally thousands of people. He makes it clear that one cannot and should not go alone to tackle the complexity of planetary scale surveillance infrastructure and the elimination of the human from cybernetic feedback loops. I can tell you that since 2002, when he was a graduate student here, a great many of us have followed his work with increasing wonder at the scope, the invention, and the audacity required by his subjects. Not only required by the subjects of his investigation, but required by his commitments. For the last 20 years, Trevor's commitments have been solidly and convincingly in place and very grounding for his art practice. He is committed to social justice, the demystification of power, and the collective work of imagining better worlds.
Hello, I'm Trevor Paglin. I'm speaking to you from my studio in Brooklyn, New York. I want to thank you for asking me to be a part of this ceremony today, and I want to thank you for allowing me to have the opportunity to congratulate you on what is really an extraordinary and enormous achievement. I, of course, am also an alum of SAIC, and I have to say that being a part of that school and getting an MFA there was really one of the most formative experiences of my life. You know, I really learned a lot about how to think about what it means to be an artist, what it means to be a cultural producer, how to imagine intervening in a culture, contributing to it, and trying to use art to try to make the world a better place in whatever small ways each of us are able to do that. You're graduating at a challenging time. Let's not be in denial about that. There's a lot of questioning going on in general in the art world. What are the institutions that we've built? How do they function? What are their possibilities and what are their limitations? What does it mean to be an artist? What does it mean to contribute to the culture right now? And so while there are these enormous questions going on right now, there are also enormous opportunities within them, enormous opportunities to challenge assumptions, to remake institutions and practices, and to reimagine a more just and equitable world, and to reimagine the roles that artists might play in that. So in that sense, congratulations. The world is open to you, and good luck. Good luck. Make the best of it.
Senga Ngudi recognizes the potential in everything. Materials have possibility. Our bodies have possibility. Our art students have futures filled with possibility. Coming into her practice as part of the Black avant-garde scene in Los Angeles and New York of the 1960s and 70s, Ngudi makes a break with traditional forms, rather feeling drawn by the power of overlooked materials and open to exploring their kinetic potential. Her water composition pieces, made of colored water housed in pliable plastic vessels, move in a manner that slumps and spreads and collapses. In her seminal RSVP works, stretched, knotted, suspended, and weighted pantyhose suggest bodies, especially women's bodies, and the physical elasticity implied in childbirth. A lifelong practitioner and teacher of dance as well as art, Ngugi incorporates movement into the nylon works. Human movers interact with her sculptures, and she makes props and costumes for ritual-like performances that draw connections to diverse cultural practices, such as the Yoruba and the Kabuki influences in the 1979 improvisatory performance Ceremony for Free Fêtes, produced with her peers in the African-American collective Studio Z, which included Maren Hessinger and Dave Hammonds, among others. Cross-cultural influences and quotidian materials remain a mainstay in Ngugi's practice, where she consistently transforms time and space. In Sengen Ngugi's work, the inanimate is animated, personhood expands, and potential is realized. To quote the artist, "I think within every material and every human being there is the ability to be able to elevate yourself. Everyone has a poetic expression, and that expands them to be more than they think they are."
Congratulations to the School of Art Institute of Chicago's graduating class of 2021. It's truly an honor to receive this honorary degree from this long esteemed and revered institution, particularly because I was born in Chicago and my family resided in the South Side of Chicago. Maybe this is the first time in history we are living in the present and the future at the same time. There's no getting back to normal or even a new normal. You have the opportunity to fashion and craft a new world, a world more to your liking. Art for me is a verb. There are verbs I constantly stay mindful of: emerge, release, discover, want, give, defend, define, balance, stop, go, help, circle, focus, and embrace. I would say to you, stay the course. Stay committed, share your power, share your voice, share your vision that is unique to you. You are a chronicler of our time. I say to you, congratulations again, the class of 2021. I have a fist of confetti that I'm tossing over your head, and congratulations.
When Howardina Pendel finished her MFA from Yale in 1967, there weren't many acknowledged Black women abstract painters. Over the past 54 years, she passionately continues to build a brilliant body of work that has pushed the material potential of painting alongside the politics of her presence. In her early abstractions, Howardina's powerful voice echoed through hand-drawn grids, unstretched and sewn canvases, and the accumulation of hole-punch circles, sometimes numbered, laboriously affixed in rows or heaped in piles. Over time, her work expanded to include more autobiographical, identity-based, and political aspects. This included collages made from postcards, tracings of her own body, references to historical injustices, and video work. In particular, the seminal video piece, Free, White, and 21, in which the artist portrays both Black women recounting experiences of racial violence and exclusion alongside a white woman who belittles and undermines the speaker, marks a transition to a more overtly political practice.
You know, you really must be paranoid. Those things never happened to me. I don't know anyone who's had those things happen to them.
But it was always really there. As Valerie Casal Oliver, former director of SAIC's Visiting Artist Program and co-curator of the MCA's Pendel Retrospective, notes when speaking about Howardina's work, quote, "Artists have never really been hermetically sealed in their studios.
They are citizens of the world as well, and take our society to task, end quote. As a fellow painter who paints, as well as a professor and a Yalie, Howardina's work has been particularly important to me. Since I first saw it at PS1 in the 80s, her work has been an inspiration. I remember one time I stood in front of one of her beautifully large glittery canvases and shed a tear or two. In '88, she even curated me into what was likely my first exhibition entirely showing works by women artists of color. The path Howardina has carved out in the art world gave me courage to follow my own path, and I'm so honored to invite Howardina Pindell to make the School of the Art Institute of Chicago 2021 commencement address.
Graduates, family, friends, and students, it has been a hard time for all of us for over a year. You did not give up, never give up. I'm honored by being able to speak to you today. When I have spoken at graduation at the university where I have taught for 41 years, I always give the following advice. If at first you do not have a workspace, do not panic. Improvise. I start by suggesting that you start a visual journal or what I call day pages or artist pages. Writing artist pages is suggested by Julia Cameron in her book titled The Artist's Way. She wrote the book to help people with their work who had writer's block and artist's block. Try to keep track of your visual ideas and what influences you. Be sure to date the pages. You do not have to remember everything as you have captured it in writing and images, and can always go back to giving more room for you to come up with new creative ideas. With COVID these days, there are many who do not feel the freedom to go out to galleries or museums. Some places are closed to the public or have limited admission. Check to see if they have virtual tours of their collections or exhibitions, or have Zoom webinar programs you can attend. You can enter your memory of these experiences in your journal, day pages, or artist pages. Some of you may need to return home to your parents due to the limited employment there is during COVID. The journal helps you to keep the artists alive. If possible, try to make a space where you can store supplies, analog or digital. Keep your ideas fresh, and even if you have limited space, you can start small and think big. I just physicalized a project that I had submitted as a performance piece about lynching in the early 1970s. I presented my proposal to the membership of AIR Gallery, a white women's cooperative in New York City. I was the only woman of color member in the gallery and had named the gallery AIR. They turned the proposal down. It was finally created as a film that was shown at the Shed in New York City. It just closed on March 28th, 2021. The show was up for 6 months and had over 5,000 visitors. It was 25 years between the original idea and the new version of it called Rope, Fire, Water. Keep track of the evolution of your work. Try to use, if possible, archival paper for your journal entries and use ink that does not fade. I used to be a curator in my youth at the Museum of Modern Art in New York City and saw how paper deteriorated over time. If it says it's acid-free, that is not enough. It should be 100% rag or listed as archival. There is an archival supply store in Brooklyn, New York, called Tallis. You can Google them and ask about archival journals. They are very well known and are used by people who make archival books. If you Google them, you can get their phone number and call them and tell them what you need. Keep in touch with your classmates, FaceTime, Zoom, whatever. It will help to defeat the isolation created by COVID. Use the recommended precautions, double mask, social distancing, hand washing with a count of 20, and hand sanitizing. Get the vaccine. Be sure to exercise, take walks, even video your walks using your phone so that you can relive a nice walk if there is bad weather or if you cannot go outside that day. Be sure to document your work. I used to use large index cards and listed the title, date, medium, and size where it had been exhibited, who had purchased it, and their contact information. At the time, everyone was using slides. One could attach a slide in a plastic sleeve to the index card. Remember, technology is always changing. DVDs and CDs last about 20 years. Videotape, maybe 10 years. As technology changes, it often offers new features, but deletes the old features that were helpful. My old Mac Pro allowed me to watch DVDs. My new one does not have all of the connections and requires a hub in order to transfer to the new system. Do not hang your work in the sun or near a window, as it can get bleached by the sun and the colors can fade. Acrylic cracks if it is frozen, and oil paint takes a year to dry, and if rolled, can crack. Just consider it a useful advice. When the work is damaged and can be fixed, it costs a fortune. Sorry to bore you, but it's important. Select a few artists and follow their work. They can become role models and sometimes mentors. Hopefully, with time, you will have more space to work in. I have lived in lofts for 18 years, but now I'm in a 5-room apartment, which looks like a loft. It seems to be more about my work than living comfortably. I had a 9-to-5 job at the Modern for 12 years and worked at night. My work changed from figurative to abstract as a result of losing natural light. I live close to the museum, which made it easier. Now I commute 2 hours each way to my teaching job at Stony Brook University on Long Island. You may need to accept a job that is not art related. When I was in college in Boston, at Boston University, I worked in a factory during the summer in my hometown of Philadelphia and lived with my parents. I also volunteered to help children to read. As a student, I worked as a cashier and a telephone operator. One of my friends had a job as a picture researcher for Time magazine. For many, the hope is to land a teaching job. Best to join the College Art Association, as they have many job listings. They have a convention once a year. I think every 2 years the conference is in New York. For those who want to teach drawing, I suggest Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain by Betty Edwards. It helps one work with beginners who sometimes feel easily discouraged and feel they cannot learn because they feel they have no talent. Do not give up. I wish all of you the best. As your work grows, protect your legacy. When dealing with dealers and people who want to borrow your work, put everything in writing. Are they willing to insure it? Write up a consignment sheet which both of you sign and date. List how long they can keep the work and when, if not sold, they will return it to you. If it is a dealer, what is their commission? 50-50, 40-60 in your favor? Be sure you have an image of the work before letting it go, or ask that if they are willing to provide high quality visuals. Be sure to get all of their contact information, phone and cell number, email, etc. If they sell it, they should tell you for how much it was sold and pay you within 30 days of being paid. They should also let you know if they have put your work in exhibitions with the details of the loan, where, what the exhibition was, and how long the loan was for. Did the exhibition travel? You should agree on the price of the sale, the details, and the contact information of the new owners. I learned a lot of this by trial and error, mostly by error. An additional caution: protect your creative legacy. Some artists are predatory who may want to steal your ideas. 2 white women artists who were friends lived in the same artist housing building, Westbeth in New York City. One of the artists had a boyfriend who was very famous, a very famous white male artist. She was able to get a one-person exhibition because of her boyfriend's connections. The two friends would hang out together in each other's studios. When the artist with the famous boyfriend was able to get a one-person show when it was virtually impossible for women of any color to get a show, the artist copied her friend's work and showed it as her own. The other artist's heart was broken and left New York City. Another instance is an African-American woman artist started, this was during the conscious raising era, a support group which was supposed to be confidential. She lived in Soho when Soho was the center of the art world. She remembered every private thing that people told her in the group that was supposed to be confidential and used it to ingratiate herself using this private information when publishers and others contacted her seeking to contact women artists. I found out about it because a well-known publisher sent me a copy of her letter with my private information. They wanted me to know what was happening. As a former curator and an artist and educator, I have seen the underbelly of the art world as well as its more helpful sides. I do not want to discourage you, but remember, share your experiences so that you can be more alert to possible warning signals that something is not right. I wish you all the best and try to be patient with yourself. Being an artist is very precious. Many people envy that you create. Value that gift. Do not give up.
My favorite memory.
My favorite memory.
My favorite memory of SAIC is
every moment that I'm reminded I am a student here.
One of my favorite memories is in core, the end of the year, where the teachers, they filmed us and they also filmed us in the beginning. And so we saw how much we grew, not just as artists, but as people, and how we cultivated a family.
Like once I came here, like to SAIC, I realized how big the actual world is. Being able to share my culture with other people from all around the world is also pretty amazing.
Celebrating Diwali, which is the Indian festival of lights. It was a way for me to find a home away from home. Apart from this, I also loved like attending festivals that other communities at our school celebrate, just to like be able to meet new people, but also like learning about their cultures as well.
You're just walking around on campus and you will see people that you might have just had a class with or you might have interacted with a couple times. And those little interactions have been amazing throughout the years.
The interview day, really a cool day to meet a bunch of new people, and then followed by the fun mixer that comes at the end of the night, and being able to still connect with some of the people that I met that day and even ones that actually come to the school the following school year is just really exciting.
Becoming a peer mentor last year and this year has brought amazing opportunities, and seeing the growth of the first gen fellows has been an amazing process.
There's this competition called 48-24-12 where you would have to make a movie that was less than 12 minutes and we had to finish it in less than 48 hours. So I basically thought, why not just gather a bunch of people and let's make a movie? A lot of us were from sound, architecture, design, painting. We each brought our skills to write, edit, and film a movie. We got to screen at the Genesis School Film Center, and it was just such good times.
Pulling all-nighters in the sound studio, making music with friends. We would decide to stay longer until 7 because the corner bakery opens so we could get pancakes.
Freshman year and then BFA install right now together, because all the people that I met in my first year at SAIC, I saw for the first time during Space Claim of BFA, and everybody who I had seen during orientation was like on the streets of Wabash. It was nice seeing them and knowing that like the bond still exists.
The first project in my studio class, everyone came up with great ideas about how this restaurant that only opens on rainy days can operate under. Someone brought the exterior design of the building, someone brought the food. It was just great memory that we had fun together making art.
I took a class in the fashion department on footwear design. Towards the end of that class, for our final project, we were given the creative freedom to make whatever we wanted. And I was able to pursue my passion for creating my own sneaker. And that was the first time I was really in the studio for like 4 days straight without sleeping. And that's really when I knew like, yo, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Working with Mouse Magazine was the first opportunity I had at SAIC, where I was really given a lot of independence and a lot of opportunity to think bigger and better than I had previously before I came to SAIC.
My favorite memory was having the opportunity to be a part of site galleries, student galleries at SAIC. Working as a part of a team of talented students from different departments and seeing some of the amazing things that artists at the school are creating has been extremely rewarding.
I was with some friends and we ended up going to this really like underground sort of house art party with a bunch of students that I'd just met. And I think that was really important for me because I realized you didn't have to wait for the art opportunities to sort of come to you. It was just this thing that could be made. And I realized that me and my peers had the ability to make that happen for ourselves.
I went to Oxbow and there was a really small, beautiful group of people there. Through conversation and dialogue and critique with that small group of people, I really found a sense of what the direction is. What is the purpose of making? What is the purpose of art in this particular time? I came back with a lightness that I haven't experienced, I think, in a long time. It invigorated me. It made me come back to school with a different sense of confidence.
Being surrounded by amazing artists, scholars, designers, and makers, and doing things that I love. This is probably the best way I can spend my college years.
Master of Fine Arts in Studio, Basim Al-Shaker, Arda Asena, Sung Ho Bae, Christina Atty Ballantyne, Bambi Deirdre Breakstone, Shay B. Burke, Jessica Johanna Burns, Eric Albert Capper, Seamus Aloysius Carey, Anko Chang, Conrad Chung, J. Tingchun Cho, Shannon G. Choi, Laura Elizabeth Collins, Alice Cook,
Decheng Sway,
Rose Elizabeth Dixon, Emmanuel Dimitrakis, Ingsen Dong, Nicole Grace Doran, Jessica Catherine Dupree, Shruti Datta,
Colin Flick,
Eleanor Goeglein Frick, Xuan Shi Ge, Maria Teresa Gomez Molina, Mary Celeste Griffin, Kate Ann Gross, Kazuki Sebastian Guzman Ano, Laura Nicole Aldane, Armin Harapeshian, Amira Hegazi, Lily Delilah Homer, Patrick Dean Hubble, Bopa Hall, Sami Hussein Ismat, Ifan Jin, Sin Hyung Kim, Jordan Connect, Jak Young Lee, Jin Lee, Jia Chi Lee, Chen Yu Lin, Florence Lanchuan Liu, Heiling Liu, Jia Yun Lu, Jin Lu Luo,
David John Malinowski, Wangari Mathenge, Caitlin Jane Mattia, Caitlin Faith McCann, Caitlin Ann McCullough, Luba Mendelevich, Deanna Miera, Ajmal Masman Millar, Ines Moldavsky, Claire Elaine Moore, Sal Moreno Jr., Sage Elise Mtahtah, Charlie Heald Norman, Ingrid Olson, Jessica Atieno Ounga, Pei Xuan O Yang, Jung Ho Park, Elena Nicole Purnell, Maria Plotnikova, Dia Laki Rajan, Alejandro Ramon Rojas, Anna Christine Sands, Seth Peruka Sexton, Luan Joy Sherman, Margot Marie Siegel, Corey Douglas Smith, Sienna Gabrielle Smith, Cameron Guy Spratley, Matthew Ian Sprung, Kai Stone, Julianne Sophia Stopper, Cecilia Marie Eugenie Terrell, Maxwell Volkman, Yu Wei, Gwen Wu, Yue Shu, Kushin Yao, Karina Yepes, Xin Yan Zhang, Yi Ge Zhang, Li Ju, Zihao Ju, Siyu Ju, Mushi Ju.
Master of Fine Arts in Writing, Matthew Brown, Mary Kathleen Cerny, Caitlin Michelle Chisholm, Philip James Kazi,
Jordan Elliott,
Fallon Leba,
Laura Catherine Meyer, Ben Kim Papelham, Letitia Marie Pratt, Julie Marie Schwartz, Ellis Jake Soley, Jason Strongin, Ishani Single,
Master of Arts in Arts Administration and Policy, Carla Aguiniga, Lydia Rowley Cardenas, Maura Elizabeth Connors, Sophia Gabrielle del Callejo, Margaret Helen Hallquist.
Bo Wei Ma. Megan McCrae. Tessa Betty Miller. Stephanie Ann Morano. Megan Jean Nash. Nisha Naleen Poolpal. William Vicente Robinson. Madeline Shearer. Taylor Victoria Shuck. Meng Xuan Zhao. Jing He Zhang. Qian Yu Zhou.
Master of Arts in Art Education. Jacqueline Acevedo Colon. Sydney Golden Anderson. Jasmine Estelle Beal. Rex Cassidy. Wingyan Chan. Jacqueline M. Guadakira.
Nicolette Nijensen.
Master of Arts in Art Therapy and Counseling.
Chloe Beltran. Courtney Ann Bennett. Catherine Hannah Brunhaver. Annalise Marie Castro. Christina Marie Heyworth. Emily Marie Holmes. Sonia Jaffer. Tabitha Ann Kunkus. Sarah Catherine Vincent Lamb. Zishi Liu.
Zamaye Yu Okadiji. Sophia A. Rosales Juarez. Amanda A. Sanabria. Amethyst Ave Maria Stravelli. Johanna Tesfaye. Jessica Ann Walters. Susanna Pamela Ward. Laura Bennett Young.
Master of Arts in Modern and Contemporary Art History. Samantha Marie Adams. Melanie Rose Ball. Gabrielle Christensen. Kelly M. Dolan. Adam Fahey Majid. Chunghan Go.
Jake Alexander Matthews. Denny Matungi Mawara. Gunnar Anderson Olseth. Antonia Piedmont Lang. Lynette Shen. Christine Amy Stringer. Quinn Hadley Wiesman. Martha Louise Wild.
Dual degree, Master of Arts in Modern and Contemporary Art History and Master of Arts in Arts Administration and Policy. Haley McPeters Blackstone. Adina Jade Costin. Nikolai Duque Robayo. Rebecca Haley. Lysandra Kern.
Emily Martin.
Francisca Rudolph.
Master of Arts in Teaching. Sarah Marie Bailey. Chris Kane. Emily Davidson. Cordelia Rose Larson.
Antonio Pasaran Camargo. Frank Adam Quintero. Colin Andrew Cycle.
Master of Arts in Visual and Critical Studies. J. Colavolpe. Aileen DeVries. Katie M. Gritlian.
Carrie Lane McCluskey. Mia Lauren Moratini. Sophia Guadalupe Sanchez Borboa. Cole Howard Thompson. Kimberly H. Upstill. Jury Urso. A. Wiseth.
Master of Arts in New Arts Journalism. Zainab Ahmed. Olivia Rose Canny.
Amelie Wildine Pascuto. Shomara Omira Roseblatt.
Master of Science in Historic Preservation. London Haley Hainsworth.
Maria Angelica Ospina Sierra. Keisha Patel. Izzy Peniads. John Patrick Smagner. Marion Elizabeth Thompson.
Master of Design in Designed Objects. Lisha Chen.
Rio Junyu Chin.
Bona Chon. Diana B. Fagelson. Shruti Gunapuru. Sidra Wazir Khwaja. Hyunjong Lee. Chun Liu.
Olayinka Samuel Ogunleye.
Rama Shahid. Oliver Jew.
Master of Architecture. Dylan Boutwell. Giovanna Czernomarkovich. Ning Ding.
Amanda Eiler Fusen.
Melanie Joyce Gregorio. Xiaoshan Luo. Master of Architecture with an emphasis in interior architecture. Afnan Alamudi. Shada Khalid Altoyan. Ashley Elizabeth Boduk. Yiwen Chu. Xiaochen Cui. Addison Pauline Foran. Christine Gao. Ashley Margaret Hooker Johns. Hewan Koo. Diane Lee. Xiao Shanlin.
Derek Kelly McCormick.
Yesha Asit Modi.
Prey Puptong Ping Maung. Taylor Nicole Proctor. Ashita Saraswat. Leontine Van Cleef. Jue Lin Wang. Enru Zhou.
Master of Design in Fashion, Body, and Garment. Jiajia Bao. Ellington Owen Bramwell. Brennan Prentice Brower. Yushan Chen. Isaac Matthew Couch. Yi-Chan Lee.
Shaolin Sun. Yan Yang.
Post-Baccalaureate Certificate in Studio. Eliza Blair Bognoli. Corinne Elizabeth Cox. Sophia Marie Day. Zi Ding. Delana Joanne Doshi. Olivia Durham. Yuan Feng,
Wei Young Gao,
Kenneth Gonzalez Ponce, Jenny Halpern, Alaya Lee, Yue Li,
Alexandria Caitlin McLendon, Emily Nicole Murray, Deo Rye, Jasmine Marie Smith, Nico Sun, Lara Ray Williams, Jeffrey Allen Yard, Hu Yuan Zhang,
Post-Baccalaureate Certificate in Fashion, Body, and Garment, Vanessa Doran,
Yi Tong Zhao,
Bachelor of Fine Arts in Studio, Cheryl Combs Acuna, Claire Shiver Adams, Deidre K. Adams, Riva Agarwal, Zainab Adaranti Ajasa, Kemal Sarp Akhda, Talal Khalid Al-Najjar, Latifa Hamed Al-Ajlan, Paige Thompson Alexander, Maria Jesus Amo Soria, Sungbae An, Subin An, Fabiola Margarita Anaya Esquivel, Courtney Renee Anderson, Maura Evangeline Anderson, Lucia Andrade, Emily Anshin, Garfield Antoine, Kayla Kristen Antonovich, Laura Lee Ariely, Aaron Taylor Armstrong, Shaswat Vinit Arya, Sumin Baik, Julie Baker, Carolina Baños Cervantes, Rong Bao,
Caterina Noel Barrera,
Todd Miguel Barrera Disler, Eliana Nicole Batsakis, Emily Young Beck, Carol Amanda Bedoy de la Riva, Sean Michael Bedrosian, Frida Paula Benitez, Jada Janai Bennett, Noel Barexa, Morgan Taylor Berg, Anavi Bhushan Nagyal, Chuan Bin, Euphemia Anastasia Bisius, Rachel Elizabeth Boss, Spencer Reed Bauer, Megan Elizabeth Boyle, Zalman Brim, Hallie Jordan Brooks, Blair Janice Brown, Kaylee Ray Buck, Natalie Marie Burr, Nicole Marie Burns, Amanda Catherine Butland, Zoe Ruth Butler, Antoine Marcus Bindum, Matthew Byrne, Camilla Lavelle Caldwell, Zayu Chow, Max Vasquianis Kappas, Aidan Sluice Casper, Maya Bay Catlin, Maximiliano Cervantes, Victoria May Y. Chan, Kaun Che, Katherine Chen, Lang Chen, Meng Chi Chen, Renying Chen, Xinshu Chen, Yao Chen, Yixin Chen, Yuxin Chen, Jinling Cheng, Rainbow Chung, Yuxin Cheng, Kaylee Pui Yuan Xia, Caroline Grace Chedester, Elizabeth Yu Lei Cho, Eunji Cho, Kyo Hyun Cho, Doria Seibert Yiming Choi, Chuck Chun Chong, Lu Yin Chu, Jennifer Rose Chun, Claire Chung, Yonji Chung, Lillian Annette Church, Lexi Ryan Sikali, Muracha Chizmim Asha, Elijah Stephen Clancy, Luca Samuel Cocchiano, Hannah Kofer, Olivia Rose Komai, Ayana Najee Cooper, Nuritzi Giselle Coronel, Bella Maria Cosentino, Royce Elizabeth Cottingham, Hannah Elizabeth Crace, E. Chue, Kian Rose Trinidad Kunanen, Margaret Kathleen Curran, Ra Dahan, Autumn Nicole Damiani, Ni Tao Dang, Emma Marie Davenport, Tavia David, Sid Lane Davis, Lena Pearl de la Cruz, Luisa de Silva Milmo, Troy Joseph Dirks, Katerina Ann DeRoos, Gori M. Desai, Leanne Marissa Desmelik, Ling Ding, Joshua Christopher Dixon, Hyun-hee Do, Christina Ariel Danielle Drake, Elisa Tiffany Drakes, Kirsten Dunlap, Megan Ray Dwyer, Megan Ashley Earl, Avery Jane Edwards, Darren Christopher Edwards, J. Katherine Edwards, Alexa Carol Eisenberg, Kim Lee Elkins, Elisa Emilia Escondon, Kayshel Ann Espaldon, Faye Ewald, Jake Michael Fagundo, Leon Fong, Si Yuan Fong, Rosalind Jewel Farney, Kewei Feng, Yunjuan Feng, Carolina Filing, Hannah Sophie Field, Alexander Frank Fingroot, Brooke Savannah Fisher, Clara Elizabeth Fisher, Calla Ann Flanagan, Jack Samuel Flora,
Jadzia Anjani Floyd,
Erica Renee Foray, Colin Resch Forsyth, Aidan Nadia Ann Frierson, Tara Catherine Froelich, Kenya Fulton, Alyssa Marie Furtado, Vanashri Gandhi, Gawain Gao, Yu Meng Gao, Francis Alicia Garcia, Gianna Dorothy Gaspar, Logan Alexandra Gatherum, Natalie Jean Gerber, Amanda Elizabeth Germelek, Anna Corrine Gershoni, Jessica Gowecki, Hannah Frances Gibson, Dequan Mitchell Gilbert, Eli Gilbert, Elizabeth Rose Goldman, Francisco Manuel Gonzalez, Ave Marie Grannon, Elise Ann Grinkemeyer, Catherine Marie Gross, Wesley Solomon Griziak, Helen Hua Zhanggu, Wei Jia Gu, Adriana Guillen Santaya, Adrian Jovan Guillory, Peter William Gundling, Yetong Guo, Justine Megan Nallis Guzman, Matthew Hall,
J. Nico Holler,
Ori Hamburg, Daniel William Hammerson, Molly Catherine Hammond, Che-Bin Han, Janet Han, Yeonju Han, Benjamin James Hanlon, Melissa Donna Harris, Sarah Savan Hawkins, Julian Ali Haywood, Liang Liang He, Xuanying He, Yihong He, Shreya Hedao, Amanda Jean Heldenbrand, Ray Kedrick Kamar Henderson, Mia Fontaine Henry, Jose Manuel Hernandez Sobrado, Madeline Trianne Hewitt, Erin Margaret Hicks, Sophia Raquel Higgins, Vim Grace Heil, William Xavier Hipp, Sam Hoffman, Nicole Bridget Holmberg,
Carly Honrath,
Trevor Miller Hormel, Shu Wen Hao, Allison Hudischel, Lauren Elizabeth Hoff, Micah Jonathan Howe,
Hadley Hridlika,
Winnie Shu, Yachun Shu, Jia Yi Hu, Jia Yu Hu, Jennifer Huang, Huang Jiaxuan, Jia Yu Huang, Yuxin Alyssa Huang, Yuxuan Huang, Shelby Hubbard, Hannah Elise Hunter, Ko Woodruff Hutchinson, Junwoo Jian, Ravi Shan Jia, Vesper Wanting Jia, Hannah Jiang,
Yinshi Jiang,
Ri Xuanjin, Bennett Sumner Johnson, Gordon Hill Johnson, Zoe Caitlin Johnson, Wyatt Emerson Johnston, Bokyong Zhang, Jiyun Zhang, Unji Kang, Insung Kang, Jiwang Kong, Grant Jacob Karpin, Oleg Kashinchuk, Sama Koslival, Anne Louise Castle, Janina Shanla Katz, Sahej Kaur, Bora Kim, Cherin Lucy Kim, Ju Yan Kim, Konglim Barbie Kim, Chulim Kim, Renee's Kim, Hannah Marguerite Klepper, Haruhi Lin Kobayashi, Rachel Cobb, Ryan Edward Kosel, Amira Jasmine Kozek, Nandini Kothari, Dennis Kazarik, Spencer Malone Crewy, Chloe Adele Kusurka, Songhua Kwan, Charlie Lackey, Fatima Lakdawala, John Turner Lane, Sean Lang, Dana Elizabeth Langston, Suru Kathy Lau, Ruby Carolyn Laporta, Lauren Therese Lauer, Hannah Louise Lawson, Alice Lee, Andrew Lim Lee, Xing Li, Dami Li, Heju Li, Kelly Lee, Leah Lee, Sorim Lee, Yujin Lee, Chiwen Lei, Yingjia Lei, Zhuang Leng, Addison Tyler Leon, Ruth Levy, Ha Young Liu, Evan Kathleen Lewandowski, Ben Lee, Alicia H. Lee, Guotian Li, Joyce Lee, Ming Lee, Shintan Lee, Yixin Li, Wei Yi Liang, Shuru Liang, Xiao Wen Liao, Jia Yu Lin, John Ryan Lindsay, Jake Byron Jack Lin, Jordan Lister, Cosette Liu, Keshin Liu, Shu Miao Liu, Xuan Liu, Yingzi Liu, Yuan Tong Liu, Leo Gabriel Lopez, Saul Lopez, Jia Lo, Roxing Lu, Wenqin Lu, Maxim John Ludicky, Tianyi Luo, Vita Lusenko,
Jing Ma, Zichin Ma, Zuchin Ma, Lydia Madrid, Diksha Rohit Malhotra, Tao Mao, Olivia Marin, Zoe Sue Mi Marks Strauss, Robert Grant Marshall, Corey Daniel Martin, Olivia L. Martinez, Tristan D. Martinez, Caroline Claire Massey, Hannah Joy Masters, Lily Marie Mather, Daniel Maya, Lucy Grace McCoy, Roxy McHappy, Lindsay Marie McIntyre, Richard Medina, Jasmine Mejia, Ruby Haley Kieran Merriman, Nico Alexander Michael, Ari Michak, Kristen Emily Machada, Peach Miller, Zachary Tyler Miller, Rebecca Suzanne Milnes, Michael Mitchell, Raven Moe,
Paula Moreno Mogollon,
Carmen Moo, Aaron Mueller, Sidra Mufti, Emma Munn, Jacqueline Adams Murphy, Owen George Ruthven Murray, Tomayasu Joseph Nakano, Madison Blair Neal, Charles Juan Andrew Neisner, Saria Nohara, Karenna Northland, Dawson O'Keefe, Amon Omer, Dara Oramus,
Samantha Rose Oriola,
Michael Taylor Orr, Fernanda Pacheco Olguin, Leah Hyun Pak, Tong Pan, Amber Park. Unha Park.
Seoul Park.
Hao Min Pang.
Carolina Pereira.
Thanaporn Thetleung. Maya Evelyn Phillip. Clayton Lawrence Phillips. Je P. Sophia Elena Pierre. Rohan A. Pope. Deborah Milkaela Pozo Tovar. Nadawan Prosingchab.
Joe Prine.
Riley Marie Pruitt. Widya Pernawan. Ru E. Chien. Ji Yun Chen. Lin Li Chiu. Abdullah Quick. Tristan Kinu. Maddie May Racine. Mina Rahatkar. Emma Ray Ratner. Meha Ray. Maxwell Russell Reber. Margaret Jean Rendell. Ashara Simone Nicole Renfro. Holly Richwine. Jorge Rios Morales. Kiara Maribel Rivera. Sheen Rowe. Emily Erin Robinson. Mariana Rockefort. Ella Lane Roche. Lulu Shwe Rogers. Emma Ann Rafi. Lorea Roman Matosis. Diana Valeria Rosario. Ariana Lilith Rubin. Brianna Lee Ruiz. Swar Sagal. Faith Juliana Seibert. Eva Fania Salazar. Moni Salazar. Victoria Salgado. Adrian Santiago Alvarez. Johnvi Sani. Kendall Page Shamel. Charlotte Monroe Schinner. Anthony Olusina Schleicher. Isabel Amy Schroeder. Anna Elizabeth Schwartz. Anirudh Singh Shaktawat. Nafisa Shams. Jia Wei Shao. Bin Shen. Irene Shen. Dakota Joyce Chung Sherman. Ming Hui Shi. Rebecca Willow Shukas. Tess Sakitu. Francisco Silva. Jan Victor Simons. Aiden Forbes Simonian. Clea Sinani. Sarwarish Singh. Arb Aaron Sklansky. Alfie Smith. Isabel Smith. Kayla Deneen Smith. Jacob Bogdan Snezik. Aaron Bernard Sobetsky. Ashley Hanim San. Amanda Raquel Solis. Marielle McConna Summers. J1 Song. Ji-un Song. Carly Page Sorahan. Leah Elizabeth Imani Spears. Liam Edward Spencer. Ty Springer. Patrick Lanford Stevenson. Haley Shea Stieber. Brett Benjamin Stozek. Sarah Virginia Sugg. Yu Kyung Federica Sull. Yi Sun. Dong Yoon Sung. Sadie Marie Swenson. Rekha Anna Sabo. Dashuri Tahiri. Thu Cook Takahara. Mong Tan. Chi Xiao Tang. Rachel Kaching Tang. Sydney Taylor. Belle T. Graziosi. Natalie Erica Teeble. Isaac Tejas. Celine Ilana Teo. Daniela Thatch. Pichaya Tawisak Vilai. Lauren Marie Thiesing. Amanda Grace Thomas. Andrew Brian Thompson. Ming Tian. Anna Julia Tilley. Crossion Nairobi Tirado. Claudia Ashe Elaine Tisdale Dola. Derek Aka Tafi. Christopher Michel Torres. Amina Marley Trotter Lockett. Alexander Relu Sanov. Cha Chi Tsung. Laura Eileen Alexa Tunga. Amy Lynn Tyler. Cameron Alexandra Tyler. Hope Corrine Vaughn. Sai Pranavi Veermachaneni. Adrian Velasquez. Nathan Velasquez. Paula Isabella Viazzi. Jimena Villalobos Mares. Jennifer Teresa Villanueva. Zoe Isabel Volgamot. Eliza Thompson Wagner. Moe Wakai. Finnegan Rory Walker. Lily Blevins Wallstrom. Jia Cheng Wang. Jiao Rei Wan. Chi An Ashley Wang. Xiaoxi Wang. Xiaoyu Wang. Yanqi Wang. Ian Wang. Yuanle Wang. Yue Tong Wang. Zixuan Wang. Heidi Lynn Wanzik. Viviana Chloe Warnholtz Deck. Zachary Weber. Jeanette Margaret Wells. Shi Ji Wang. Lauren West. Simone Renata Whitley Allen. Jasmine Veronica Whitmore. Fox Graham Wilkins. Reginald Trayshawn Williamson. Bella Teresa Willis, Sarah Jean Wilson, Sabrina Yasmin Wu, Shun Yen Gabby Wu, Raven Delaney Woodleaf, Chang Kang Wu, Marco Wu, Chin Ro Anna Wu, Chiu Chen Wu, Yi Fei Wu, Si Jing Wu, Lu Lu Xiao, Selena Su, Zihan Emma Shu, Ruo Shui Yan, Ray Young, Sunny Yang, E.D. Yang, Zihan Yang, Chu Yu Yao, Wantong Yao, Yifei Yao, Blake Yu, Judith Madeline Yenneberry, Juo U E, Jonathan Yair Jean Figueroa, Nakako Yoshida, Rain Yuan, Zhi Ming Yuan, Jae-sun Penisales Yun, Larson Yvonne Zambrano, Tan Zeng, Lingji Zhang, Nicholas Zapata, Alyssa Wu John, Daniel Zhang, Ke Yi Zhang, Lisa Zhang, Xu Ying Zhang, Si Yi Zhang, Shiren Zhang, Shi Yuan Zhang, Zhi Xuan Zhang, Zihan Chloe Zhang, Zitong Zhang, Chao Ying Zhao, Hao Tian Zhao, Ka Yi Zhao, Xiao Tong Zhao, Jia Tai Zheng, Bing Hui Zhou, Yan Chang Zhou, Zoe Zhou, Jiahui Zhu, Jiayi Zhu, Xingyu Zhu, Yazhen Zhu, Yi Zong, Jacobo Zuazua.
Bachelor of Arts in Visual and Critical Studies, Mara Iskander.
Rain Shanks.
Consecutive Bachelor of Fine Arts and Bachelor of Arts in Visual and Critical Studies, Meredith Fanning. Stephanie Marie Gomez. Srinidhi Gopal. Jin Charlie Kong.
Katherine Elise Petre. Mandy Marie Skirkowitz.
Bachelor of Fine Arts with an emphasis in art education, Leslie Nicole Correa. Daniel Jacob Hellworth. Kendall Lynn Hendrick. Michaela Kincaid.
Theodora Pavlu. Eun-hak Ri. Emma Blair Rosengarten. Lily Ann Vincent. Sophia Worley.
Bachelor of Fine Arts with an emphasis in writing, Maximus Adarve. Marissa Lizeth Ferreira. Madeline Rose Giberson. Clarence F. Herdrich. Lori K. Clarraine Leslie.
Miriam Leah Moss. Michael Wynn. Sophia Speranza. Rai Book Sarosky. Caitlin R. Weed.
Bachelor of Arts in Art History, Thet Diana Nwe Tui.
Jessica Morgan Rogovin. Emilia Worthington.
And now, this ceremonial rite of passage is drawing to a close. But one important symbolic gesture remains, the conferral of degrees. First, our honorary degree recipients, Trevor Paglin, Sanga Nengudi, and Howardina Pindell. You are each being honored for your indelible contributions to art and culture, which have inspired the members of our campus community and resonate throughout our shared society. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of the School of the Art Institute of Chicago and the Board of Trustees of the Art Institute of Chicago, I now confer upon you the degree of Honorary Doctorate of Fine Arts. Now we turn to our students. Typically, we ask those students who are able to stand to please rise as I confer the degrees. It's a ceremonial gesture at this, the final moment in this rite of passage. Even though we aren't together, I am still going to ask you to sit up straight, stand if you are able, and take a deep breath. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of the School of the Art Institute of Chicago and the Board of Trustees of the Art Institute of Chicago, I now confer upon you your degree or certificate as appropriate to your curriculum, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Thank you. You may be seated. And with that, congratulations to the class of 2021, and welcome. I say welcome because even though commencement exercises come at the end of a course of study, today is really a beginning, and it could not be better timed. Your contribution is needed now more than ever. Beginning today, you bring your skills, talents, perception, and compassion to bear upon the world. Today you begin your lives as citizen artists. And you will not be alone, because today is also your first day as alums, a global community of artists, designers, and scholars ready to welcome you.
On behalf of the more than 30,000 alumni of the School of the Art Institute of Chicago,
we are so proud to welcome you to the alumni community.
Our global network is amazing.
Creative.
Diverse.
Passionate. And full of people who have gone through the transition that you're about to begin.
At SAIC, you've learned to be creators and makers.
Use those skills, not just in your work,
but to create a life full of meaning.
Embrace uncertainty.
Stay connected.
And know that SAIC will always be a part of your story.
No matter what comes next.
Congratulations.
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 Congratulations.